is a stunning piece of wood. I would have never thought in a million years that that would have ended up coming out. Don't even see it very well because it's so shiny, the light's reflecting off of it. But I took that bottom. So this is the project. I'm calling it my prehistoric bowl, as you can see from the title. The reason being is because it's old, chunky and rough around the edges, just like me. So, sticky and horrible. So yeah, yeah, nothing else to say really. It's failed. No good. So I'll see you guys next week. Fresh new project, one that works. And take care. Speak to you soon, and bye for now. Hello and welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the workshop, welcome back to a Sunday, welcome everybody, all one and all. So last hashtag week of the year, we are going to be doing something a little bit more challenging this month because you guys have had it all easy for the last 12 months, so we thought we'd test your skills this month. So it's a little bit more challenges, but before we get onto that, thanks to everybody who came over Friday night and joined us. I turned a goblet, chalice, whatever you call it, Roy's colours, so don't get excited. Plum on the top and the bottom, ruby red, and then black, and then I covered the whole thing in a piece of gold embellishing wax inside as well. So yeah, nice little goblet. So thanks to everybody who came over, and I still haven't finished the bottom yet. I was teaching yesterday, so I didn't get a chance to finish the bottom. So thanks for coming over yesterday, or Friday, sorry, and joining us. Hope you enjoyed that. So back to this month's challenge. So this month's challenge is hashtag off-center turning. So it can be whatever you want it to be off-center. It can be a bowl, a decoration, a fancy thing that people do that looks like a crankshaft. But I'm going to do a vase. So this is what I practiced this morning. So we've gone from round to triangle, all turned via off-center. So Wayne the Clasper, Wayne the Woodturner did one of these, must be a few months ago. And I was wondering this morning what I was going to do, and this just popped into my head like a miracle. It was, went bing, just like that. So I'm going to have a go at doing another one. Well, I'm going to show you how to do one of these. It's fairly simple. It's not rocket science. But it's about getting the proportions right. So there's a little bit of compass work to get your proportions correct. And then this is not finished perfect. This is a piece of piranha pine, so it was a bit of chipping out. And like I say, it was just a practice piece this morning. So I've got a piece of cherry here that I'm going to use. You see I've rough circled it. It's not quite perfectly square, but by the time we get it round, it ain't going to be far out, and that'll be perfect for that. So anyway, I'm going to go to the lathe and start rounding this off. No, I'm not. I'm going to go to the lathe. Nick's going to welcome you all in, and I'm going to show you how to do the calculations and how to work out getting your triangle. So I'll go to the lathe. Nick will welcome you all in.
Good afternoon, everybody.
She's got a cold, so you've got to be gentle on her today. She's got a cold. It's going throughout the house at the minute. You all right?
Oh, sugar! Just broke my elbow. Oh,
Ouch.
sorry guys, just bear with. So, it's broke my
Do you want me,
elbow on that machine. No,
do
you're
you want me,
right. So, good afternoon to Wood Wizardry by Colin, Brian at Hartwood, Dr. Bob, that's done it, jumped right to the bottom. Terry at TJ Turner, Chris Dodds, Paul Kavanagh. He put, so nearly went and tidied my shed there. Thanks, Steve. Your live kept me inside.
get out there and do it. Get out there and tidy your show. There should be no excuse not to have a tidy workshop.
Mr. G's Woodturning, Paul Height and the Greasby Turner. Todd at Glen Cove Woodworks. If I repeat you, sorry. And if I miss you, just shout at the bottom. David J. Heath, Guildford Carpenter, Figsborough Abrasives.
Rob?
Amy's on. Mike Yu for Ilminster. Robert Bortwood. Eric Winkler. You told me to stop sniffing down the mic, and you're now doing it.
Oh, no.
Doug Miller would spin around. Paul Findlay would turn it at home. Woodwork learner. He said his meds are making him sleepy. Need to rest, mate. So I watched Steve's live. That help you go to sleep.
Yeah, you'll be asleep in 10 minutes, Andy.
Roger Kent. Donna Love Angel artist is on as well.
Donna.
Oh, your screen looks a bit focused outward.
That's it?
Yeah. Come and look on mine. William Rose Creations. Mr. G noticed that. Benjamin. Steve Ashland Turner. I don't know if I said you, Roger Kent. I think I did. Sorry, mate.
Right, is that it?
No, Ben's got a question.
Oh, has he? Oh, has he?
Wood dudes on. Just given a whole spalted horse chestnut tree. Christmas came early. I've lost it now. Benjamin, how many hours a week do you think you spend turning?
Ooh, not as many as I'd like, but I reckon hour and a half. Let's say 2 hours on a Friday, 2 hours on a Sunday. I reckon about six to 7 hours a week. I don't get as much time as I would like, and due to work, I don't actually get that many hours in the workshop during the week, unfortunately.
Steve Ash said, Nikki, I prescribed 2 bottles of brandy. You'll still have a cold, but won't care. Grandpa Jim Woodturner's on.
There's a picture frozen.
I don't know. I'm trying to read the chat, mate. Jim Bob's on. Right, Jim.
Oh no, that's
Hope the new job's going well.
Yeah, so do I.
Klondike Craftsman, Wyvie Woodshed. Right, if I've missed anyone, please just put a comment in and I'll give you a shout out. I can't go back through the chat again.
Right, so anyway, welcome all. Thank you very much for coming and joining us. So the way to work this out is obviously we need to find our total circumference or our circle, what we're going to get. So this is about 125 mil round or square, this bit of wood. So we're just going to put our round on it, like so. So then what I'm going to do is we want 3 points. So the way I work our 3 points is let's take it from here actually. We'll take that back to the outer wall and we'll put a mark there and we'll put a mark there. Now what we need to do is we need to change our compass size from this edge here to that edge there. Mark that.
Barry's Wood Creations is on as well.
Hi Barry.
Sorry if you was further up the chat and I missed you, mate.
One there, and then we've got one there, which is going to be right on the edge of our piece. And then we bring that there, and that'll be there. So that's our 3 points. But what we need to do is we need to make sure we don't want to be turning that right. We don't want to be putting our eccentric lines. Actually, I've just told you totally wrong. Totally wrong.
Rewind.
Rewind. So that's going to be our, forget those lines there. That's our outer circumference, right? So what we need to do is now we need to bring in the
I'm
width.
a bit cold.
We'll turn the heater up then. The line where we're going to do it. So we're going to do another line with inside that line. Then we're going to work out our 3 points, and that's going to be our anchor points for our piece. So there, there, there. So there to there. So that's going to give us our first anchor point. That's going to give us our second anchor point. That's going to give us our third anchor point there and there. So they're going to be our off-center points. So they're going to be the points that we actually off-center. So we're going to turn down to this outer ring, and then we're going to use those to anchor. Yeah, does that make sense? So forget the first one, because it was totally wrong. You got to imagine, this is the second time I've ever done this, so it's all still fresh in my head.
Got a lot of room in there then.
There's not a lot of room in there.
Brian said he's sitting in the office with his feet up, nice warm cup of tea. Michelle's work, and poor Michelle.
Poor Michelle. So we start with, we're going to turn this off with centers, or between centers, should I say. To get it round. Now, when I did the other one, I actually had to reduce the size in a little bit because I didn't get it quite right. But we'll see what we go. We can always reduce it in a little bit to another line. So between centers. And we're going to round this.
Oh, gentleman called Andy Greenhoff. I think they say Greenhow. I don't know how you pronounce that. Is that right? Greenhoff or Greenhow?
Welcome,
Hi
Andy.
guys, first time watching.
Oh, welcome,
Thank you
Andy.
for joining us.
Thanks for coming over. So we're going to round this, rough this off.
If it's boring, it helps you sleep. So win-win.
Just record it for the kids. Helps them sleep. Right. So lay down a line.
That camera does look blurry. That's just because your hands. Just come and look at my screen. Perhaps that's just me.
Well, try.
Perhaps I should open my eyes. Did it?
I don't know.
Brian says, "Are you making both ends, Steve?"
No, I'm just doing one end. Just doing one end because I want it to go from triangle like that into round. So I'm just doing one end. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to round this off.
So right, either way, green off. William Rose is in his office. He's just stopped for lunch. He's having a cheese toastie. Steve got made breakfast by his daughter, bacon rolls, didn't you?
Yeah, it's a bit dry, but it was all right.
She didn't butter the rolls.
Plenty of barbecue sauce sorted that problem.
Benjamin put, Brian, you should take this opportunity of free time to help her out. You could write a list of other jobs she needs doing, for example.
Michelle, I love you, Ben. So always when you're using your rough and gouge, start from the middle and work your way out. Don't start that way because you're likely to chip back. Start from the middle and gently nibble the way back.
He's going to say nobble then.
Yeah, nobble, nibble, whatever you want to, whatever takes your fancy, really.
Colin Izzard's on.
Hi, Colin.
Woodwork Glare said, Nikki, watching through eyelids makes most things blurry. Don't help, my eyes are watering. Steve said I'm not allowed no heating on, so I'm sat here.
The heating's on.
He's lying.
Well, it says
He tells you it's on.
It says it's 20 degrees on that clock there, or 19 degrees on that clock.
Brian said I have made a list of things for her. She has to do, Ben.
Right, so never got that. Some of the corners off that.
Oh,
Move that
Gary Glass is on.
We can move that a little bit closer. Get up the speed a little bit.
He's put Hi, Nikki. See, you have that guy doing stuff on the lathe again. Hello, Lugworms, and hello to all of you other talented people.
So we're nearly to our line. So I don't think we're going to get that perfect round because of that bit that's already been taken out the side.
Robert said you have heating in there. Yeah, he has to stop his tools going rusty. Well, that's what he tells me anyway.
So we're to the round there, but you can see there we've still got a little bit left, so we're not going to worry about that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move that line in a little bit, I think, because I don't think that's in far enough. Because, oh, we'll try it. We can always alter it. We can always alter it. Right, so the first thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to put a tenon on this end so we can get that. So we've got it ready to put in our chuck when we decide to finish it off or to do what we're going to do with it. So 10mm parting tool, just to put a tenon on the end here. Does the picture look better now or not?
Yeah.
So most of this is all turned between centres. We only want this chucking point for our last little bit towards the end. Now I'm most probably doing this totally wrong, but we'll see how it comes out. So what we're going to do is just straighten it up a little bit with a parting tool. Making sure we don't hit our stub centre and brunting our tool.
Donna said everything's blurry to her because she's tired.
You should go to sleep, Donna. Right, so first thing we're going to do is we are going to move. I'm looking for back lathe back cam. That's the one. So what we're going to do is we're going to move this to our first mark. So we're going to move our tool rest out of the way. And we're going to put this on our first mark, still on the centre on the other end. And we're going to go there. Now, I don't think this is far enough in, but we will try it.
Pete from Twisted Tweez is on.
Right, Pete, how you doing? So what I want to do now is I want to bring the tool rest, because I want to keep this line here. I want to bring the tool rest in to line up with that. So as that comes round, I know that I'm getting the correct shape there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a bit more off the bottom. So it's sort of a V shape. So lathe right down, turn the lathe on, just spin it just enough to get rid of a little bit of vibration.
Pete's asked what's for dinner.
And we're just going to start taking this down.
It's supposed to be roast chicken, but I don't know. I can't be bothered.
It could be KFG chicken at this rate.
Oh no. Oh, could they would have put worse.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to take this down to that second line. Just tighten up the tailstock. So we're taking this down to our second line. And when we get to that line, we know that it's enough. But like I say, I may have to take a little bit more out of it. I have to put a second line on it and take another little bit out of it, because I wasn't quite sure when I did the other one, I had to do the same. But like I say, it's only the second one I've ever done of these, so it's all learning.
Could all go wrong,
Could all go Pete Tong.
but that's what you're here for.
It's all a new
Well, not for it to go
experience.
wrong, but you know what I
It's
mean.
all a new experience. So we've got plenty. We've got still got a ½ inch to go yet. So, but what we want to do is want to keep it parallel with this line, and as we get a little bit more off here, I will start reducing this edge here a little bit. So as you're turning it, you can actually look down and see the gap between your tool rest and your piece, so you know you're getting a fairly equal line.
Bit gutted last night, weren't we, mate? The youngest daughter not feeling well. I was thinking, oh, it's tonsillitis again, because she started off with a sore throat. She was coughing a bit, just thought it was due to the sore throat. Thought, perhaps she ought to get to do a COVID test. And it was come up straight away positive. It's like, what? Could not believe it. TF Turnan's on says, oh, is that multi-axis I see before me?
It is, Tim, it is.
Benjamin said, what goes wrong just adds to the entertainment value. We've got James Dunn. He's the first time on as well. Welcome.
Welcome, James. Hope you enjoy. So we're just gently taking this down. We're not actually going really quick. Just about taking your time, being nice and patient. So we are actually to our line. We're actually just past our line. So I've got a little bit of a hump here, so I'm just going to get rid of that. Right. So we've just got a few marks, and we just want to try and get a little bit more speed on that, really. And so we're just going to see if I can get a bit more of an angle on that bottom.
Colin said, damn, that would shake his shed to pieces.
Right, as long as you don't go mad, Colin. As long as you don't go. And it hasn't got to be a huge piece. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to create the same gap all the way through on our tool rest. That's what we're trying to create. So as you can see there, we just want a little bit more out from there to there.
Gav Cedar Woodworks on. He said, hello, everyone. Sorry I'm late. My missus wouldn't let me play until I'd had my lunch.
Right, so that is about as good as I'm going to get, I think. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mark that so I know not to go past that mark. on the end there, because we've just gone past the mark a little bit. So we're just going to mark that, so we know not to go past that. Huh.
Don't cough down the mic.
Oh, I can't do it like that, can I? I've got to do it back from the centre. Stupid boy Pike. So just put that back to the centre quickly. Now mark it. Now I'll mark properly. So we've just gone on the inside of that line. Then that tells me that that's where I've got to bring all the other pieces into. So we'll put that back onto there so we can get our angle back properly. Now, a lot of people are frightened of multi-access turning. Don't be afraid of it. As long as it's secure, it can't go anywhere. So that's the important thing. Right, so what we're going to do now is we've got our angle. So we're now going to move it to our second access point. So we'll go to this one here, which is there. Making sure it's nice and tight. So now we're going to bring that up there, and we're going to bring our angle roughly where we want it.
Len's handcrafted wood sciences on.
Hi Len, how you doing? So again, slow lathe down, just gently speed it up.
See, he was making his family breakfast.
Nice man.
Well, you'll be sad to know I won't be here next Sunday. I'm going to help my friend.
Cool, I heard that all down the microphone.
Well, everyone going, yay.
The cheering. So as always with the hashtag week, it's your interpretation. So whatever you want to do as off-center turning, it could be an art piece, it could be a bowl in bowl or a bowl off-center. Whatever you want to do, it's all about your interpretation. So just give that a little bit more speed now. Just check our line, make sure we don't get too close. We've got a little bit further to go. About another 2 or 3 mil. So I'll put it back on the overhead camera. So like it says in the description, this is the last hashtag of the year. Hashtag of the year. Had a really good year this year on hashtag weeks. Really good response from everybody. So thank you to everybody who's taken part and sent their pieces in. Right, so I don't think we want to go any further than that. So we just want to take. We've got a nice point there. I think we just want to take a little bit.
Ward Wilson's on.
Hi, Ward. Actually, what I'm going to do.
Howdy from the west coast of Arizona.
I'm going to do the last one, and then I'm going to just refine the bottom of the bottom of it. So this is our last axis. So making sure it's really tight in there.
Ward said, what's the hashtag?
Hashtag off-center turning, Ward. Something a bit challenging this month. So lay right down. Just speed up a little bit.
Gary said all these turnings off centre.
Shouldn't be a problem for you then, Gary.
Doug Miller said, these hashtag, oh, I can't even find it. These hashtag weeks have been a lot of fun.
They have been a lot of fun. And hopefully we'll carry them on next year as well.
Grandma roof tubes on.
Hi, Ruth. How are you? The only trouble with this is it actually takes the edge off your tool really, really quick. Because it's constant banging into it all the time.
So Mr. G said, I've just got back from, I don't know how you pronounce that, Cologne? I don't know. Been to the
Cologne.
Christmas, no, been to the Christmas markets and smoked a nutcracker and turned Christmas stuff. Unbelievable. Colin said, from Woodbury said, would a shorter piece of timber make less vibration?
Well, the only trouble with a bit shorter bit of timber is you wouldn't get the you'll end up with a less of a triangle at the top, wouldn't you? But you can do as big a bit as you like.
Gary said, what's the last entry date for the hashtag?
2 weeks from today. So Nick will give you the date. That'll be the Friday. No, is that the Friday before?
The 18th, 17th,
16th.
16th.
So if you can get your pictures to me by
Last
the 6th.
day of work, yay!
By the 16th of December.
Ben said there's a good book by Barbara Dill on off-centre Woodturning. Martin Boyd's on, laid on the sofa, where I should be. But I weren't allowed. Got dragged out here. He pulled me out here by my hair.
I don't know if the headset would reach that far. That's the trouble.
He said, you are not laid on the sofa. You get your backside out there.
Laying down when you're ill's for wimps.
It's you. That is pot kettle black, that is.
I didn't say I weren't a wimp. I just said it's for wimps.
Roy's the boy is on.
Hi, Roy. Here's a challenge for you, Roy. We know you like a challenge. Did you say Barry's Wood Creations was on?
Yeah.
He had his Christmas thingy yesterday, market thing yesterday.
Gary said, damn it, he's not home until the 22nd. How did the Christmas market go, Barry? Brian with a wise on.
Hi, Brian. Right, a little bit more. A little bit more.
Christos put Good day, Brian with a Y.
Right, let's have a look at that. Let's have a look at that. Right, we are up to our lines, which is good. Right, so what I want to do is I want to refine this bottom part because I want to go more into a round. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring my tool rest round a little bit. As you can see, the tool rest is not parallel. Oh, you can't see really, can you? Can't really do a lot about that. But you can see the tool rest is in parallel because I can't get the camera any further.
We said, what are you making, Steve?
Off centre turning. Doofree, what you call it, Roy. So yeah, so what we're doing is we've now brought the tool rest now. So we've got perhaps a 3/4 inch there and about 5-6 mil away this end. So what I want to do is I want to bring that in so that's parallel. So what that'll do is that'll make the bottom more rounder, and then we should lose our triangular bit as it comes into it. So
Brian said, Barry said, yes, Steve did very well, sold loads.
oh, I'm glad to hear.
Well done.
Sorry I couldn't get down, mate, but I was teaching yesterday, so me and Nick both said about going down there, but I had a lesson. Sorry, so.
You didn't take me anywhere.
So we're just going to try and get that so it's equal all the way through there.
Hope you're all playing your violins for me.
So what I don't want to try and do now, I don't want to move my tool rest. I want to keep my tool rest where
Wood
it
Dude
is.
said he had a wonderful Christmas fair last week and then spent all the money at Axminster. Reinvestment.
Usually the case, isn't it? In one hand, out the other.
It is when you live with 3 women as well, isn't it, mate?
Yeah, it's expensive hobby living with 3 women. Right, so we've got a little bit of a hump there, so we just take it back from there a little bit. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to rest the gouge on there, and then just touching, and I'm using my finger as a guide, so I'm not actually. The gouge is running parallel along my tool rest. Let's have a look at that. Right, so that's better. Just got a little bit there, a little bit of a hump there. It's a bit hard in this corner because that's
Woodwork Learner said his violin just broke.
pretty close to the.
Thanks, Pete. He said that's not true, Nikki. He takes you everywhere twice, second time to apologise.
Right, so we're not going to move the tool rest now. We're just going to move to our next axis. We're going to try and recreate that shape. Second time, normally, Peter, don't let us in the door. Right, we're hitting on there now. Oh, man. So, obviously, we're going to have to move our tool rest back a little tiny bit, but trying to keep the angle. Didn't want to move that really, but hey ho.
Thank you, Ruth.
What we're trying to do is we're trying to get rid of, as you can see there, we've got a consistent line down. But when you look at this one, you've got a bit of a dip here. So we're trying to get rid of that so that feathers in all the way through. That's what we're trying to do. Just move that in a little bit closer. We're trying to keep the angle the same.
We've got Buster West on. Afternoon all.
Right,
Welcome.
Buster. So let's have a look. Once we get our shape, hope I'm wearing a mask. I can't wear a mask and talk to you, Roy. But I've got confidence in my piece. It won't come out. It won't come out. It's well secured between centers. Right, so let's have a look at that one. Right, so we've got a continuous line through there. We've got a continuous line through that one. So we're now going to go to our last one, which will be, which one will that be? We've done that one. We've done that one. Is it that one? No, we've done that one. That one, I think. Watch out, she's prowling. You know how to use that?
Better than you do.
Could be dangerous. She's got tape measure around. Remember the measure in real inches, love.
Unlike you.
Right, so last one. Again, we're going to do exactly the same. Using our finger as our gauge.
GTD Blair's on.
Hi Blair, how you doing?
Doug Miller said he's found out yesterday that out of 80 Christmas trees, he's only got 9 left. Got to find some more branches to turn.
Nice.
Len said, Steve, you need to mark them as you go.
Yeah, I should have thought about that, Ben. Or Len, sorry, should I say, not Ben. Right, so we are fairly there. So just got a little bit of a hump here we just got to get rid of. So I'm just going to bring that up to there.
I think no sizes on it.
So as you can see, we've got a nice shape coming into round at the bottom there. So now we need to do, we've got a little bit of tear out on it because obviously we're doing off-center turn, so there's a little bit of tear out on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend
Right,
a little bit of
get a
time.
jacket. I'll be back in a minute.
There's a jacket here.
No, I'll be back in a minute.
Right. So we're just going to spend a little bit of time sanding this up. This is a bit rough. I'll actually get the orbital sander, I think. A little bit quicker. We've got a 120. Hopefully that'll be coarse enough. So got a 120 on this. I'll try and keep those nice tight lines. Right, so that's 120. So we'll do 240. So 240, and then we'll do the rest by hand. Oops, I was going to turn it on then. Don't do that. Right, so we have it sand up to 240 grit. So what we're going to do is we're going to go above that now with the Abranet. Just quickly rub it over just to finish it off. I don't think you should be sat there in a ski suit, really. So the extraction on helps that. So we're trying to keep these nice sharp lines until we get down the bottom here.
Benjamin said, Steve, can you show us what would happen if you tried to do this with a skew? Cheers.
Ben? No.
John Toolman is on.
Hi, John. Welcome. So this is 320 grit.
Terry's got to go.
See you later, Terry. Have a good
Paul
day, mate.
Lockwood's on. Copperell Woodturning's on.
Hi, guys. Right, so that's 320. So the final grit 400.
Oh, Terry's putting his link on for his live. Good boy.
Carrying on with his cannon, I would imagine. Right, so that's sanded up to 400 grit. Just have a swig of my drink.
Oh yeah, rub it in, why don't you? So I was meant to get a drink. What else was I meant to do? Something else when I went in. Oh yeah, get a scorespan.
Scorespan. So now what we can do, we can move this into our chuck so that we can start hollowing out the end of this. But first thing I'm going to do is I want to
You didn't put the link on yet, Terry.
clean this end up because we've obviously got where we've done all our marks. So we're going to just square that up, making sure that's tight. Get a bit of speed on it now, like we would in a normal spindle work. Nice gentle cut so we don't burr over the end.
Did you feed the rabbits this morning?
Yes.
Oh yeah, it'd be lovely, Pete. Thank you. He's just making a coffee. I can make one out here, can't I?
Yeah, you got them gingerbread lattes there.
You wanted me to try them, didn't you? Where are they?
In the drawer.
Oh. A lot of water in there. Are they the only ones that are in here, mate, other than the hot chocolate?
No, there's some lattes in there, some gingerbread lattes.
I can't find the vanilla. They're not in the drawer.
Well, look behind the machine then. I'm going to say to you like you say to me, open your eyes and look.
I'm going to say to you, do you want a slap? What button do you press?
There's only one nick on it. Right, so we could just chamfer over that edge a little tiny bit, which I might do. I'm not 100% sure yet. But what I want to do is I want to get it into the chuck, and then I want to hollow out the inside before we get too far. So we'll take that off. We can now get that. Ooh, burny up. So we're going to get that into our chuck now. So put that back up there out of the way. That's slippery.
Slippery.
Slippery. Just making sure we get it centered. So we'll put that in there like that. Push it onto there.
How sure about it's going to run out of water?
Yeah, that's the only trouble. It ain't got a very big water tank on it. 3 times I had to fill it up yesterday.
Oh, God forbid.
So let's get rid
I
of.
have to go get some more water now.
There's a red light come on. No, that's all right. Red light's not come on.
Yeah, but I haven't put the other one in yet. I'll put another bit in.
Right, so we're just going to get a spindle gouge and just clean this end up. Just going to clean this end up with a spindle gouge.
Oh, I think I'm running low. I'm going to have to put my headset on charge. Yeah, red light's on now. Brian's put posh coffee in that shed.
So I'm going to turn that out with a Forstner or a sequence of Forstner bits. Because it's on end grain, we're going to do it in stages. So we'll start with, let's say, what's this one? 1/2 inch. We'll start with
Right,
a 1/2
I'll
inch
look through the
first.
chat and then I'll go get some water. Oh, what's going on?
So we'll start with a 1/2 inch bit to start with, because like I say, because it's end grain.
Oh, he said, is it free angle?
Free angle?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I don't know. You think?
Off turn them. That's off centre turn them, Roy.
That's blurry.
So much for autofocus cameras, hey? I'm going to fix focus it once it focuses back in.
Just a minute, I'm going to get some water.
I hate that camera. Absolutely rubbish camera, that is. Should have stuck with the other Logitech. I'll fix focus it. Just give me a second. Focus. Fix. Apply. Okay. Right. That shouldn't autofocus now. It should stay there. Alright, so we gently wind this in. I'm not going to go right down to the bottom with this. Because I may hollow it out a little bit with the Simon Hope hollower. Depending on what time we got. So that's as deep as we can get with that forcing a bit. So we'll go up to a couple of sizes.
Amy said maybe she should get some stickers made up saying Amy the Woodturning watcher.
Amy the supporter.
Oh, Woodturner Barry's on. I didn't see that. Sorry, Barry. He's off to
Hi,
the
bro.
panto with the grandkids. Oh,
Oh
no,
no, he's
you're
not.
not. They reckon I spoke us now.
Yeah, I fixed focused it.
M Stratton's on.
Hi, Mike. Mick, shall I say? So the reason I'm going to every 2 or 3 sizes is because
Copper Ale said, will you hollow off centre?
no, I won't. It'll just be hollowed normal. You can hollow off centre if you want to, Rob. Right, so that's that one. So we've got a couple more sizes. Right, so we're going up a couple of sizes at a time just because it's end grain.
He said I was kidding, sorry.
Oh, I was looking forward to what you were going to send in, Rob.
Need something to warm the cartles. Oh,
Right, so that's all the ones in the box. In the box. Put that over there out of the way. So let's go for this one. I don't want to go down really small down the bottom because obviously the lower I get, the thinner it's going to get, and we don't want to go that. We don't want to go too mega thin because it just causes issues. So, but what we can do is we can feather it out as we come up to the vase. Ooh. Turn that off. I think wind out while it's off. It's a bit squeaky. Bit squeaky. You'll be fine, Colin. You'll be fine. At the end of the day, you don't need mega speed. Nice and slow turning, nice sharp tools. You'll be fine. It doesn't matter how big it is. You could always do something small, but it's about taking part. Right, so I'm just going to hollow that out with the Simon Hope hollower the rest of the way. And I don't want to come too thin on the wall. I'm only going to come to about there, I think. So we'll just mark that up. I'm going to come to about there. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to chamfer that out to match the vase. So nice and slow, because obviously it's end grain. But we could get a bit of tear out.
Dr. Bob said Steve would make a very good in a political office because he can take a distinct multi-sided thing and make it liked by all and teach us how to do it. Cool. Amy reckon that's 23 where she is. Oh, it's freaking cold here.
Oops. I'm not going no deeper than it is. I'm just cleaning up the bottom of that, getting rid of the force and a bit of marks. Get rid of the muck out of that. Oh, got power lead all tangled in my black tar. So being end grain, she's a bit of a tear out. But I'm going to speed up just a little bit, see if we can get rid of some of that.
Might see if there's anything Case fancies for tea. Wesley Hannah's on.
Can't hear you.
Wesley Hannah is on.
Hi, Wesley.
They be quiet, they can't hear me chopping carrots.
They shouldn't be able to hear me. Oh. I think this one's sharp, then this will get. I'm going to change that, not change it, but turn
Whatever
that
you
a little.
ordered from Amazon's arrived.
Has it? Okay. Just turn that cutter because that's a little bit blunt.
Don't know why they didn't send it with the other order that come today.
It's not Amazon, the other one. The one what come with Chloe's was not
Oh.
Amazon. That was DPD. That's better.
Right.
Nice and sharp. Let's try that. Oh, that's better.
Bother.
All right, just check that.
Oh, sugar.
All right, so there's a bit of tear out in there, but we can get rid of that with sanding. We've got a nice shape going in. So let's just try this. No, that's a bit too small. I think that'd be a bit too aggressive. Let's try this one. It's got a little bit bigger cutter on it. We need a handle. Let's have that handle there. So this is just a little bit bigger. Hopefully, so a little bit bigger cutter on it. I'm trying to follow the shape of the vase to give me that nice tapered look inside the vase.
Mark Stroughton's on as well.
Hi, Mark. Let's have a look at that. I don't want to go too thin on that wall.
And then put Nikki, did you spill your coffee? Chris Dodds, Nikki sliced finger with the carrots. No, I dropped one on the floor. Brian's for Nikki just chopped the end of the finger off. You haven't read carrots this evening, Steve. Dr. Bob said having sharp tools is like having sharp wit. It makes anything cut better.
Yeah, it does. I'm not. I've had that Time and Hope hollowing tool for must be nearly 2 years now, or maybe even more than 2 years, and I'm still on the original tip. So the tips last quite a long while as long as you're not too aggressive with them. Right, I'm not going to go no thinner than that. So what we're going to do is just sand that up a little bit. So I've got a stick in here.
Stick?
Well, I've got a stick in here with a slot in it, so I can put my Abrasive in it, and I can sand it like that. So I'm not going to end up catching my fingers. So we'll just use that.
You should have called it something really posh. Doug Miller put, sorry, but the time has come. I must depart. Looking forward to seeing the finished project. This will be fun. # project. Thanks, Steve. Bye, everyone.
See you later, Doug. Thanks for coming over. I'm just going to check that. So we're just using this 120 just to get rid of any tear out.
Thanks, Pete. You know your friends are.
What else he said?
You should get Nikki to sand it, Steve. Save your fingers.
Oh, Pete, that's not very nice.
Benjamin said a stick with a slot. How complicated. Roy said, Steve, are you going to colour it in plum?
I was thinking of colouring it, but I don't know what time I might not have enough time, but I might finish it in the week.
No, because the longer you take, the less time it'll be at the house. cleaning.
I think that'd look nice coloured, to be honest.
Michael
Oh,
McEwen's on?
hi, Michael. Malcolm, even?
No, Michael.
I thought you said Malcolm, sorry.
Michael McEwen. Brian with a Y missed the hashtag week.
Hashtag off-centre turning.
Amy's got to go. Kids have school tomorrow. Today, Lola, we're a family of grumps in the morning. Love to all. Take care, Amy.
See you later, Amy. Thanks for coming over.
Yeah, I feel I've got a bit of a cold, lead. I'm hoping it's a cold. That's the joy of working with little darlings that bring colds into school and have a tendency to want to
So what you call them, little
breathe on
darlings?
you. Laurie's on as well. I'm just sort of being cautious because the youngest one's got COVID. I just thought it was the onset of tonsillitis because she started with a sore throat. And I was telling my friend, and she said, "Oh, have you tested her for COVID?" I said, "Oh, no, I didn't think about it." So she done a test, and 2 lines came up straight away. She went, "What are the lines got to be?" I said, 2 for COVID. She went, "Oh," came up straight away.
So 240 next. $320.
Wesley had to put carrier monkeys for the kids. Benjamin put, "That looks really good, Steve. I think it would be cool if you did a bead. It would only show up the corners and possibly look really cool."
A bead.
Just read the message. But might also look rubbish though. He who dares wins. Brian said he's got a bit of a cough and a sore throat and a bit of a cough this morning as well. Better not be COVID. Well, like I say, we thought it was tonsillitis because it all started in her throat, and then she had this cough, which we just thought was again to do with the tonsillitis because her tonsils are very big anyway. And
Goes
then
with her mouth.
yesterday, you can't talk. Then yesterday she came to see me, and she was absolutely freezing cold, like on her arms and legs, but her head was absolutely boiling. My temperature did get up to 38.1, then it went down to 37.5. So I done a test straight away, boom.
We've just got a little bit of tear out on there, so let's just sand that up a little bit. Actually, I could use a sanding auger for that, can I?
My mixed straight and put horse flu, Brian.
Horse flu. No.
Dr. Bob said, "Steve, has your company got back on track after the COVID outbreak shutdown?"
Yeah. Sort of. Well, we are back on track. Just that everybody wants everything before Christmas now.
It's always the way though, isn't it? Especially me. I give up asking now, or expecting. Benjamin said one thing though, I think the top of the vase should be chamfered, not flat. Brian with I said, I agree, Ben, slightly curved too.
Yeah, I'm going to just slightly curve the top.
And Robert Waltwood says, Steve, your labour's gained a ticking sound. Ha ha, carrots. I think last week I prepared all the veg and we ended up having beans on toast because we just couldn't be bothered.
So last one. Actually, I quite like that sharp corner. Sorry to disappoint you guys, but I'm going to leave it like that because I actually quite like that sharp edge. So I'm just going to take the edge off of it.
Well, you've lost 20 views now for that.
I actually quite like that.
Glad you do. Paul Kavanagh got go, folks. Nikki, if he keeps giving you grief,
Sack him.
let Brian and I know and we'll come over and take his toys away.
So if I think I was going to colour it, I'd fade it. So it's faded into colours. Let's come back on overhead. So we'll focus it back in because cameras don't want to focus today for some reason.
To do.
So I think if I was going to colour it, which I think I will do.
Yeah, I think you should.
I think I'd colour it.
Can you not start colouring it or not?
Well, I could do. I think I would go something totally different that I don't never normally do.
So not red. Because you always do red.
I think I would do plum on the top 3/4 of it. Plum. And then black in the bottom. So it's black into plum. Okay. And then black on the inside. Plum on the outer rim. And then black on the inside. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I could start colouring it. So we'll do the whole piece plum first. So we need an airbrush.
Benjamin put, that's okay, Steve, it's your piece. Everyone's entitled to do it wrong. Mick said, looks good with a sharp edge, Steve. Ash at Kitey Shed is on.
Hi Ash, how you doing? So I think first things first, we're going to spray the whole piece in plum. Roy's now in his element, I would imagine. Let's get rid of these
Doing
tools.
plum just for you, Roy. You got to go to Roy's, didn't you, and help him sharpen his...
Yep, not next weekend, the weekend. Oh, bloody frack.
Yeah, we ain't got nothing on the weekend after.
On the weekend after, I think it was the 18th or something. I said, I think I'll go down there. Right, put them there before. I designed that rack and it's too...
Racky.
No, it's too steep of an angle. I need to modify it. Right, let's put that back up there out of the way. Put them up there. Get rid of all these tools out of the way. Right, get my board out. Turn that light off. Don't need that on now.
Brian said, no, too dark with the plum, or just do a very light coat.
All right, what about sky blue then?
Len said he loves the shape.
But?
No, he just said I love the shape. Chris said, looking forward to trying this. Not done off-centre work before. Wish me luck.
Actually, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it like that, like I did that one.
What, blue and plum?
So I'm going to do it like this one here. So black rim, sky blue into plum at the bottom. That's how I'm going to do it.
So he's not listening to your Uncle Brian, sorry.
So first thing is I'm going to do from there to there in sky blue. Mid blue that'd be, wouldn't it? Is it sky blue or mid blue? Oh, it's sky blue, isn't it? Sky blue. So I need a bit of tissue.
You can only go to. I'm going to do that be ages, I'm going to say. You're not to go to Roy's if that's not till following weekends. Fine.
Right, so let's get an airline.
You said the
That's
16th,
better.
Steve. That's a Friday.
The 18th. That'd be the 17th, wouldn't it?
Yeah, 17th.
That'll be the Saturday, whatever the Saturday is. Right, so I'm going to spin it slowly. Extraction on.
Robert said blue sounds good. Brian said that's better. Uncle Brian agrees, we're fine.
Yeah.
What do the girls call him? Scottish Irish Brian.
Scottish Irish.
Right, Wesley Hannah said, I've done a couple of off-centre, mostly practice stuff. My last attempt was a bottle stopper in Bloodwood. Had a nasty catch, piece exploded. No injuries other than pride. Roy said, I'm eating mince pies with brandy cream.
Oh.
John Tallman said, I've been turning a short while. This is my next challenge. Thanks for sharing.
Wow. Have a go. Send your pictures in.
Whereabouts are you in the country? Are you in this
World.
country or another country? Or
Oh no, I just run out of...
run it out. Oh.
So we're just going to feather that in just to get rid of that sharp line there.
Oh, Casey's just text. When you finish work tomorrow, can you go get me some more sausage rolls?
Just going to put a blue in there first, and then we'll put a black in on top of it. That'll make it darker. So let's just dry that with the hot air gun. That is sky blue, Brian.
Pete said, I turned mince pies once, complete with crimped edges. You get some silly commissions in this game. I think your worst was when people asked if you'd do resin with animals' ashes in, didn't they?
Yep.
That was no. Definitely not. Oh, bother. That's cabbage on, more cabbage on the floor than there is in this bag. Mick says looks very dark for sky blue, Steve.
Yeah, I think that's the camera. That's lightening up a little bit now. Because it was wet.
Ben said, my new train has just arrived. I hate picking new ones, so just order the same pair again. How boring.
If you like them, Ben.
That's like Steve's got some new not work trainers, but trainers for the workshop, steel toe cap ones. And he loves them. And I said to him, why on earth don't you get another pair? Because it's hard to get them in it. One, to fit you.
Yeah.
And two, that you like. So I said to him, you really ought to go get another pair. Ready for when they've had it. Because you can guarantee they won't have them when you want them.
So just give that another quick dusting just to get the depth of colour. Especially where the grains opened up a little bit. Trying to get rid of that thick line there. Don't know why I put a line in there for. Stupid boy, Pike. Okay. It's quite an open grain bit of wood, this.
Oh, sugar. JP's on?
Hi, JP. How you doing, bud? Right, so that's the blue.
Blue.
Blah. Let's clean the gun out. So now we'll go for the plum. We're just going to do this bottom edge of plum and we're going to feather that in.
And Brian said he's sitting there shouting no at the screen.
Why?
So Pete's put a link up. He's got a new video up. If you want to watch it after Steve is finished, nothing interesting, just answering questions on his last video.
It's a good video, his last video was. Nice little bauble. Shame he didn't do it a week, but... Oh. Right, I'm getting stressed for cameras today. Why are these cameras going out of focus?
TLF Works is on.
Good
Not heard of them
afternoon.
before either, have you?
No, welcome.
Ben said these lot of trainers were nearly twice the price as the last ones.
Everything's gone up, Ben.
It's usually the way.
Things have gone through the roof. It's ridiculous.
Just a pity wages ain't gone up with it.
Right, so the last colour will be black around the rim. Just a gentle feather in around the rim.
I take it is that our James? James Johnson's on? Don't know what that's supposed to be, Jay. So Brian's just put his link in for tomorrow evening. Don't forget the time is at 7 p.m.
I'm going to have him in the workshop over Christmas.
You've signed up to something there, mate. Roy said he's put a short photo video up of a mallet he made on YouTube. Mick said that must be Norfolk Sky Blue, Brian.
It is sky blue. Definitely, it says sky blue on the tab.
Brian, that's Chloe's boyfriend. Future
Right.
son-in-law, wink, wink. We was winding him up yesterday saying we've got a bottle of champagne in the cupboard, ready to celebrate your engagement. He weren't biting. Brian put very dark skies over Norfolk.
That's sky
It
blue.
is today. Oh, Benjamin wants to see his witch. He really likes this camera angle. It's far less witchy than the others. I think you need to get the witch out, show him, put it on there for him.
Try this.
Can't have him having a day without seeing witchy. Brian put his that wishful thinking, Nikki. Pete put the sky blue is suspiciously plum coloured.
No, that's plum. Plum, sky blue, black.
Um,
Right, all dry.
Roy, what do you mean? You put what's he doing turning? Is he Nikki? He's going to be over between Christmas and New Year. Steve's going in the workshop to get a bit of turning in. TFL said, what kind of extraction do you use for the overspray?
I use the twin motor Camvac, and it draws all the overspray straight up it. Right, so I'm going to seal this with sand and sealer. This should blend the colours in a little bit better. It'll either make it look better or worse, one of the two.
It is hard to see the difference in it
Yeah.
on the camera.
Colours don't blend. I don't know if it's a bit of wood or what. The colours don't blend very well. Just looks really dark, doesn't it?
It's black now.
That's because it's been sealed.
Colin Izzard said, I think your paint bottle's labelled wrong.
Well, it's definitely sky blue. It's raised the grain quite a lot on that. That's going to have to be sanded back. Bit of sand and sealer in there.
Woodwork Learner said, have you tried painting resin over something like that?
No, I haven't. Trouble is with the resin I use, it takes 40 minutes to dry, so you've got to keep your lathe running for that period of time. And to be honest, it's easy just to lacquer it. I think you get better, just a good coat, if not better coat with lacquer. Get some down the end there. It's a bit fumey.
Gary Glass said, hate it when work gets in the way. I've told people at work to stop interrupting me when I'm watching Woodturning with Nikki, but they never listen. Brian said it was dark enough without blending it black into it. Should have used a spray.
It's got to be sanded back anyway, because it's really, the grain has really lifted on it. So
Robert,
I'm gonna let this soak in, and then I'll sand it back anyway, so that'll lighten up a little bit.
Robert said, Steve, are you changing to 7 p.m. Fridays from now on?
I am. That's from next week. The only ones we might have to do at 7:45 are the special guest airworms, depending on the person, depending on what time they are available. But right, so I'm going to let that soak in. I'm going to leave it there, and then we will finish it. I'll finish it off later on, because it needs sanding back, because the grain's sort of swollen quite a lot on there. It needs sanding back. It's really rough, so I'll sand it all back and then do what I need to do to it, and then I'll get it finished ready for Friday evening. Or if I get it done before, I'll stick some pictures up. They are, yes, they are the Hampshire Sheen intrinsic colours I am using. They're the colours I mostly use, to be perfectly honest. I do like the Hampshire Sheen colours. They are very vibrant and very easy to use.
TLF Work said, are these Hampshire Sheen colours?
Right, I've just answered that question.
Oh, sorry. I was reading a message. Sorry.
Just can't get the stuff. I'll just wash this gun out, and then we'll call it. So, wash the gun out with methylated spirits. Just clean it out a little bit. Get rid of the excess of the paint. Or stain, should I say? It's a stain, not a paint. Right, so I'm going to leave that there. Like I said, it needs sanding down because it's really, really rough. Really, really rough it is. But obviously, when you get sand it back, you're going to lighten your colours up anyway. Look, so it will lighten up a little bit. But the grain is really raised on that for some reason. Don't know why. We'll sort it. But I'll sort it out, and then I'll come back and show you guys. Right, so let's come back onto
Paul
camera.
said, Steve, try a string pull with Joe Sonia, one each face of the off centre.
Yeah, but that have to be black. I'd have to paint it all black if I was going to do Joe Sonia, because that only really shows up on blacks. So, but good call. You could spray it all black and then do string pull on it. Good call. Right, so as always, it's your interpretation of hashtag week. So hashtag week is off-center turning, multi-axis. So I only use 3 axes on that piece, and as you can see, actually I'll take it out. You can, it's dry, so I'll take it out. You can see that you get a nice effect on that. So get a nice triangle effect on it, and we've gone from triangle into the round at the other end. It's not perfectly round, but it's near enough, and I quite like, actually. I like how once it's coloured and glossed, it's going to look really, the light's just going to shine off of it, look really nice. So yeah, so 3 points. So what we did is obviously kept our centre on the bottom, and then we worked out the 3 points, how I showed you with the compass, and then we came in a little bit from the outer rim. I came in at what, no more than 15 millimeters, and that gives you your perfect line. Drawing a second line on the inside so you know where you turn up to. If not, you could go too far, then your points ain't going to look equal like that. So anyway, off-center turn hashtag. Look forward to seeing what you guys come up with. Like I say, it hasn't got to be a vase. It can be an off-center bowl. It can be just an off-center funny shaped piece, as long as you have a go. So have a go. Be safe. Just
Brian
remember.
said, you're ever so patient, Nikki. Michelle would have hit me with something by now. What, me sitting here or putting up with Steve for the last 15 years?
All I will say is with the off-center
Sit, change the
turn,
subject.
just make sure everything is locked down and you're safe before you turn your lathe on. Make sure you turn your lathe right down low before you actually turn it on, because being off center is going to be out of balance, and then just gradually increase the speed until you feel comfortable with the speed you've got. And it's all about taking your time, nice slow turning. Like I say, that's the second. This is the first one I did this morning, and it weren't too bad. So it's not rocket science. It's just taking your time and being patient with it. And see, like I say, I look forward to seeing what you come up with. There's so
Robert
many
said,
different.
asked, how would you finish the base?
I will just part it off. Once I've got the shape, once I've got my colouring done, I'll just part it off just in front of my chuck, and then just sand it up and then colour it or lacquer it or whatever I'm going to do with it. Put your maker's mark in it. Do whatever you want, really.
Brian said, putting up with Steve.
Thanks for that, Brian.
Thanks for the nice
mate.
comment. So you've got Woodridge Road collar, very cool effect. Woodwork Learner, thanks Nikki, Steve too. Take care, everyone. Wesley had a very nice Steve. Grandpa Jim, nice Steve. Take care, Nikki.
So get your pictures into me by, was it the 16th?
16th, yeah.
If you can get your pictures into me by the 16th, then that'll be ready for the 18th, which will be the last week, the last Sunday live before Christmas, because obviously next one's Christmas Day. We're not going to be at Christmas Day. So,
stopped. Are you reading the comments?
Yeah, just read what Pete.
Thanks, Lynn.
My lathe is no slower than 500 RPM, Pete. So there's no reason why they couldn't do a Reeves drive. Right. So
Harry
anyway,
said, nice piece. Catch you later.
thank you, Barry.
Brian, good job. Nikki turning by the old bloke wasn't too bad either.
Thank you, Brian.
Brian, do you want to just put yours and Terry's link in again, please?
So
Thank you, Colin.
like I say, get your pictures in by the 16th. We'll show them on the 18th. And again, as always, we'll stick them up for the whole world to see. But it's about taking part. Just be safe and have a play. If you're not sure, message myself or Brian or any of the other guys. I'm sure we'll be able to help you and see what you can come up with. And just do some research. There's loads of information about off-center turn on the internet. And just do a little bit of research. It's not rocket science. It's just being a little bit outside your comfort zone. But once you get used to it, you're fine. So anyway, with that, we're going to go. Massive thanks to Nick, because obviously she's not very well today, for coming in and putting up with.
Sniffing down the curve, Mike.
Yeah, sorry if you got earache with her.
Thank you, Brian. He's put the links in for his and Terry's live tomorrow.
So as always, Brian and Terry on tomorrow. Terry's lunchtime live. Brian's on tomorrow night, and then all the guys on as normal throughout the week. We will see you back on Friday night, if not, and then Sunday. So other than that, guys, have a great week. Speak to you soon. Take care, and bye for now. Say bye, Nick.
Bye, Nick.
Bye.
Bye.
That's all, folks.